Everyone, welcome back. Today we're looking at Fisker. Fisker shares surge as CEO confirms acquisition talk with four automakers. Now that's quite incredible, to be honest. Four different automakers. This is good for Fisker. Because let's be honest, at this moment it seems as if the Fisker company will have to be acquired by a more experienced automaker, someone who can really drive this company to profitability. During an all-hand meeting with staffs on Thursday, Fisker Chief Executive Officer Henrik Fisker informed employees that discussions are underway with four automakers regarding a potential acquisition. However, he also cautioned that the company faces the risk of closure this year if the acquisition talk end up with no deal, as reported by BI. We do have a quote from Fisker employee, and I quote, "We still have some time to get other offers on Fisker. We do have four car companies that have signed NDAs. However, they obviously need time to get some diligence." End quote. Fisker shares surged over 50% on the news to 0.063 cents. That's not much, to be honest, but for anyone who just bought, they just made a 50% profit. This is as of writing, of course, and this was published on the 25th of April. Since the stock was delisted from the New York Stock Exchange, the share price tumbled to a new low of $0.0203 or cents. This is in the OTC market on April 12th. That's over-the-counter market, actually. The shares surged over 350% in a few days, up to 0.095 cents, as the management is working on selling as much as inventory as possible. This is while reducing headcounts and fixed expenses. The company announced earlier this week Michael Healy, Senior Managing Director at FTI Consulting, as its new Chief Restructuring Officer. This decision follows Fisker's recent agreement with an investor set to expire this Friday. Fisker has recently withdrawn all financial and operation guidance for 2024 and appointed both Deutsche Bank and PJT Partners as financial advisors to explore strategic alternatives. Magna, the manufacturing partner, notified its workforce in Graz, Austria on Wednesday that it will reduce around 500 positions, with the production of the Fisker Ocean model halted for undermined time. Magna found itself compelled to implement substantial workforce reductions. So this is quite interesting to see. Who do you think those companies are? That's a really important question. Could it be VW? Could it be someone from Geely? Probably Geely is getting involved in this. Could it be an American brand like Ford? There are so many companies, it could be they do have a lot of options, and which is good because it looks like they're looking for more companies to potentially buy Fisker. Because those four automakers, they could still say, no, we're not interested. Maybe it's Mercedes or BMW. They could still say, nope, we're not interested. If Fisker doesn't have much to offer any current brand on the market, then they're probably going to look and say, no, Fisker has to have something to offer. Now, I've got some additional information from Business Insider. A deal with a major automaker that was rumored to be Nissan fell through earlier this year. The CEO told its staff on Thursday that the company has been working with Deutsche Bank to find a buyer. Well, once they partner up with a bank such as Deutsche Bank, it becomes a lot more straightforward to find buyers, which is perhaps why they've been so successful at finding at least four potential buyers. And to be honest, those four potential buyers, you probably have to knock that down to like one, if they're actually lucky. But the deal has to be right. But it's desperate times for Fisker, which means that the company who's going to buy Fisker, they probably won't even offer Fisker a lot of money. It'll probably be an undervalued buy. Based on what the company is worth right now, it's going to be a cheap company to acquire for any brands, to be honest. And here's another article from Moto1.com. Not even Nissan won Fisker. To be honest, this Fisker from the rear does look amazing. A little bit similar to that of the Rivian. And now that's not a bad thing. Cars, they will look similar. That's not a bad thing. So the electric car startup announced earlier this month that it didn't have enough money to make it to December. The hope was that another company would swoop in and save it from eventual bankruptcy, but those talk has fallen apart. According to regulator paperwork filed in the U.S. Security and Exchange Commission yesterday, as first reported by Reuters, Fisker wasn't able to strike a deal with potential suitors. The large automaker, involved in initial talks, terminated the negotiation. Fisker was reportedly in discussion with up to 5 automakers. So the one that fell through was probably Nissan, of course, leaving it to 4 automakers. Now, this is another crazy story that I heard. Desperate Fisker dropped the Ocean price to $24,999 in an attempt to survive. I recently saw a video from Austin Evan. He's a tech YouTuber. He said he was trying to buy a Fisker Ocean model and he was trying to go for the one that's, really cheap, like 24 grand and 25 grand. That didn't happen. And based on the entire video, it looks like it was a terrible buying experience as a customer. I mean, I know the company is going for a lot of turmoil at the moment, but it needs to be straightforward. I think they need to put orders on pause or at least reduce orders and just let a lot of customers know we won't be able to deliver your order anytime soon. We're going to have to take a lot of time. It's going to be a few months before, right now they have to sort out the company. The company has to be secure before you can just deliver to people. But I think they need to be a bit more transparent with potential buyers because right now it's setting a bad precedence for this company. And this is the new Fisker company. This is a fresh start. And it's off to a bad start for Fisker. And that's not looking good. But I couldn't believe how cheap the Fisker Ocean became. Seriously. But this was temporarily. And they're probably just trying to sell out inventories just to get some more money back into their pockets while they look for a buyer, which would make a lot of sense. It's a risky business, but it's something that could work, but it's risky. The real solution is simple. I do think that they probably need to pause the buy-in and orders at the moment because what's more important is definitely being bought by another company successfully. If they can sell the existing inventories, do it if you can do it successfully. But at the moment, they're struggling to even be honest with customers and be straightforward. So, of course, this was compounded by the bad reviews. But Fisker definitely has something to do with this as well. And I'll work on another video to explain a bit more. But that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to see more. Leave a comment, but we definitely need to sell Fisker to a successful company. I think VW, someone big, someone who has the infrastructure to support Fisker. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.